Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will be presenting a study entitled of lead time improvement using value stream mapping in manufacturing industry. The researcher is me, AIDILLILY BINTI MUZABIR, and my supervisor is T.S. Salim bin Abu Hassan from Faculty of Mechanical and Manufacturing Technology of University Technical Malaysia Melaka. For the background study, what is lean? Lean is a method that focuses on minimizing risk and within manufacturing system while simultaneously to maximizing the productivity. Using manufacturing technique, they will enable to deliver high quality product at significantly lower cost. They have a lot of tools in lean. For example, EBSM, Kaizen, Kanban, Karaoke, 5S, and many more. And also in lean, they have a waste. Waste is defined as any activity that does not add value for the customer perspective. They have 7 types of waste, which is overproduction, waiting, transport, overprocessing, inventory, motion, and defect. And also, what is VSM? VSM is value stream mapping, is lean manufacturing or lean enterprise technique used to document, analyze and improve the flow of information or material required to produce a product or service for a customer. This study problem segment is due to the economic growth has influenced the manufacturing sector growing in producing quality product, especially in Malaysia automotive industry. Due to the high demand from customers, support automotive still has some constraint in meeting customer demand to the low production efficiency at the assembly line. For this study, it consists of 3 objectives. So, the first objective is to determine the current lead time for stabilizer bar model SB63. For the second objective is to identify the issue that causes a bottleneck of manufacturing process, and my last objective is to propose a lean manufacturing technique, and 2, to provide suggestions for assistance in improving and solving the problem. The scope of the research is, first, is focused on manufacturing and maintaining activity at the stabilizer bar workstation. Second is the VSM is made to find the non-value-added activities and waste along with the process flow. Third is data analysis can provide feedback and help enhance the new flow stabilizer bar development and maintenance process through lean technique and production department tools. Next, for the literature review by the Hebar, researcher at the use of value stream mapping in total lead time reduction by defining and eliminating non-value-added activities in the electrical company manufacturer. They conclude that with the aid of the Kanban system, the lead in the current step map, which is 29.40 days, can be decreases in the inventory level of the process, almost reducing the inventory level from 18.04 days to 1.5. Moreover, a study by Bart and Shivakumar found that improving the use of value stream mapping and Kanban could increase the worker productivity. The investigation between the company and VSM could help understand the current system, analyze the loopholes by showing their present, and let one know precisely where the problem lies in improving the productivity. The lead time for production could be reduced from 35 days to 7.75 or 7.8 days, a 77.89% reduction. Lastly, previous study by the Taylor used the VSM as a strategy to achieve efficiency improvement for the automotive industry at the end of the manufacture and evaluate along with the take time measurement to reduce the cycle time involving in process. To maximize XYZ company's demand, they use the VSM method to analyze the production line current and future state. After the process was implemented, production productivity has improved from 30.65 frame to 17.54 frame. Production lead time is significantly reduced from 3.215 days to 0.54 days, and the processing time is reduced from 50.67 minutes to 14.13. For the methodology, this is show the methodology flow process. First is a problem statement. Second is data collection. Next is current state variation mapping. And next a bottom graph, and followed by the data and graph analysis. And future state variation mapping. And lastly, improving and recommendation. This is show the process of stabilizer bar SB63. The first is a raw material. Go to for the forging, hot bending, temporary. It's a qualifier, go to the shop pinning. If not, it go into the shop. It's a call setting to the shop pinning, painting, and final inspection. This is show the timeline for the methodology. First is a problem segment. Second is the data collection. In data collections, we gather in the project is useful and important to determine the current and future improvement. So the data that we need to be gathered. First is the customer order requirement information. Second is production control information. Third is process information. Next is the construct the current variation mapping. It will identify and prioritize area of improvement. In create current, need to identify the variation mapping, value stream that want to be analyzed. Next is the bottleneck graph. The time calculation will decide the process are the bottleneck. So the data must be calculated through the take time. Then by gathering the cycle time, it will show which the process that exceeds the take time. Next is data and graph analysis. Then to generate the data, the Microsoft Excel and Visio is used. So Microsoft Excel used to plot a graph, and while the Microsoft Excel used for the construct the variation mapping is more easier. Last but not least is to construct the feature of VSM is generated once the issue with the current state map are found. The data that needed to construct the variation mapping is the take time, cycle time, the operation of station, and the uptime. From the data given, it shows that 3 processes have the high number of the cycle time, which is CNC bending, coil setting, and I-band. So this process, when you show in the balancing chart, it shows that workstation of CNC bending, coil setting, I-band, the cycle time is above the take time. So improvement needed to do for the process. The current state map value stream was drawn to display the existing process flow, highlight the inventory or good and the raw material, the cycle time at each station, the number of employees, and the overall processing time. And also we know the current state mapping should the production control control all the workstation in information flow. Ishikawa in the Pareto chart, the problem-solving approach is very effective in searching for the critical variable of the problem. To analyze the possible factor, the Ishikawa diagram is used to relate the problem, and the problem is being identified into the 4 factors. Also, we know as the 4M, which is man, method, machine, and material. While for the Pareto chart is used to make a decision on which of the factor go through the improvement. Also, Pareto is used to determine the possible causes to be focused on. For the 5 whys, analysis is the 2 that can be determined in the early causes. By improving the improper WFP storage from the problem, the identify, which is a long time to identify part due to the no access space between the storage line, difficult to identify part based on the process part name, date of manufacture and part location, and difficult to the control of the FIFO. So the approach is to make a space between the part storage and visualize part location based on a process. And the improvement is easy to find a part according to the mapping location. And second is FIFO control can be implemented based on the color and shape. The cycle time improvement, the table above shows the comparison of the current and improved process stabilizer bar. You can see that the cycle time have improved by 34% in the workstations and MOHD, while the cost setting is reduced to 44% and the iPad is 52%. And three processes are being combined, which is sharpening, painting and clips. Because the total of the three stations for the cycle time is still below the take time, so we make a combination, combine the process to reduce the lead time. For the future segment, due to the improvement of the workstation of the CNC bending, setting in the event, now the cycle time is less than the take time. So this workstation previously had the high cycle time on the current segment, and now they have a low cycle time. In producing feature map, the Kanban system has been adapted. Some important items need to be concentrated at first. Each station needs to be considered, provide inventory for each production of the Kanban, and also inventory for the safety stock. In addition, communication focus only on communication to the supplier of material, and also the communication to the finished good. So the production only focused on two process only. And the most well-known solution of creating a pull system is to regulate the output to a pull system by using the Kanban in a supermarket. So the supermarket has to be connected to two links. The first link is to flow of material, and the second link is the flow of the information. The information flow is processing flow to accept the Kanban signal to create the replacement for the production stock, and flow of the raw material is on the material. From this study, the Kaizen and burst and 5S is used to make an improvement for the workstation. So since Kaizen is continuous improvement, so it will reduce the cycle time. Also the lead time reduced from 36 days to 21 days, with the percentage of the lead time improvement is 41.6%. In conclusion, the suggestion of future VSM to minimize the number of lead time by developing with a Kanban system, the ultimate aim is to use the lean production technique and tool to provide recommendation for developing and solving the problem. Enhancements are made to improve the company profitability and reduce waste. In recommendation, the Kanban system is a very strong instrument that can be prevent the overproduction of MUZABIR from tracking work progress and delaying the test process. Combined with control of overproduction can be done, and inventory reduction as well. Besides, visual control of the progress delay or on the time of work can be made. Also, problem cluster can be seen easily. That's all from me. Thank you.